Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now today's video is going to be another one involving, yes, you can probably see it and I can't believe I'm going to say it again, the famous $5 Windows 98 PC. This is a series or a type of video that I've been doing for a while now on this channel involving this computer. This is a computer I got for $5 a couple years ago at a thrift store, and it has been a kind of a staple on this channel for a while. If any of you guys are regular viewers of mine, you probably know this computer very well because it's been in a lot of my videos. But one thing that I've been wanting to do for a while that I've never gotten a chance to do was actually restore this thing to factory settings, kind of how it was when you purchased this computer in the year 2000 when this thing was released. And actually, mess around with it, see what programs came pre-installed on it. It's something that I've wanted to do, but just never really got around to it, never really had the means to do it. But that all changed a while ago when a viewer actually emailed me some archive.org links to a couple of ISO images that actually contained the restore software for this computer that was actually bundled with it, when you first bought it, so that in the event of, you just wanted to reformat the hard drive and reinstall Windows 98 and set it back to factory settings, you could do that. And it actually comes in two separate ISO images that I've burned to two separate CDs right here. The first one here is a Gateway System Restore CD is what this one is called. And then this one is actually one that contains a copy of Windows 98. Both of these discs, I believe, are bootable. Actually, one of them might not be, but the guide that I found online, I believe it was on the or actually it wasn't online, it was on the CD itself. There is a README document. It actually says to boot off of the System Restore CD first, and that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go ahead and just pop this CD into the drive right now and just get started with this whole process. Now, what's funny is I'm already kind of running a fresh install of Windows 98 on this computer. This was actually for me to install Microsoft Office 97 when I did that from floppy diskettes, and yes, that software is still on here. You can see we still have Microsoft Office. I'm kind of actually debating doing this now because I'm gonna have to reinstall Microsoft Office if I want to get it back on here, although I could just like use a CD. But you can see there's actually something starting up in the background here. We have the System Restoration CD, copyright 1999 to 2000, Gateway Incorporated, with a pretty nice little animation there on the left. So, and wow, this is actually more involving than I thought. We've already got like this guide up here that says welcome to the system. This kind of looks exactly like the Clippy interface. Welcome to the System Restoration CD. The CD is used for reinstalling hardware drivers and many software applications. Everything on the CD was already installed on your computer when you received it. So this is great because I've gotten a lot of you guys saying, why don't you update the monitor drivers on this thing? I've been seeing you guys, like a lot of you guys want me to update the, or to get the proper monitor drivers installed. And the truth is, I just don't have them. At least I didn't have them until now, because all of these, all the drivers contained on here are the standard ones that came with this computer, and it says that there are drivers, and there is an install hardware tab here. So that is pretty cool. But we're going to not just be reinstalling all the drivers, we're going to actually do a full fresh install of Windows 98, and to kind of see if it's any different than a standard Windows 98 install. And that's actually not going to be done from this interface right here. We're going to actually, and apparently we can't hit OK, which is, can we hit Enter? I don't know what is going on here. It's kind of interesting. Okay, there we go. So I think that, okay, so there's this help button up here that kind of toggles the actual Gateway logo up here, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this interface a little bit later on, because what we have to do first is actually boot off of this CD. So let's go ahead and try that out. So we're going to go ahead and just do a shutdown. We're going to restart the computer, and when it asks us to boot off of this CD, we're going to do so. So it should ask us right here if we want to boot off of a CD. It's doing the floppy drive seek right now. You can see that the light's on, and right now it's checking the CD drive, and we're going to boot from CD-ROM. So you can see here that actually right off the bat it actually looks kind of like a Windows 98 boot menu, but it just says Gateway System Restoration CD boot menu instead of Windows 98 at the top there. So it actually looks like they just modified that, which is kind of cool. But anyway, we're going to boot from the CD-ROM and just kind of see what this disk has. You can see right there actually starting Windows 98. There you go. So yeah, booting in, I assume it's going to boot into MS-DOS here, or it might load up into a menu like a customized menu, which is, yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to do. So this is, you see it says right there, welcome to the Gateway System Restoration Program. This software was pre-installed from the factory. You should use this program to reinstall Windows 95 or Windows 98 if you're having computer problems. We're just going to say we're having computer problems. Obviously, you can use this thing under any circumstance. It doesn't matter. This program will delete all Windows files, reinstall Windows, and install the appropriate software drivers for the hardware devices in your computer. This program does not install Windows NT. That all sounds good. We're going to press F1 to continue. And right now it is detecting hardware. So there you go. Now we have an option of installing Windows 98 or Windows 95, but we're just going to go with Windows 98 because that's what this program, or that's what this computer originally came with. And we're going to format hard drive. Actually, we're just going to, well, this is kind of interesting. You can delete and reinstall Windows, format hard drive and install Windows, or install Windows. So, I don't know. I guess this one is going to delete. So I guess if you don't want to format the hard drive, which actually we're not going to do because it would just take way too long. Install Windows. See, like, I guess you could do a fresh install from here. We're just going to go with the first one. Delete and reinstall Windows. That's just, that's what we're going to do. So now it says you're about to delete and reinstall an operating system in this huge red box here. If you continue, the Windows directory, including all subdirectories, will be deleted from your hard drive. Please make a backup of all your personal files in these directories as they will be deleted. After deleting, Windows files will be copied to your hard disk to prepare it for the reinstallation of Windows. Please leave the system CD in your CD-ROM. We will press F1. So I don't know when this disk comes in. It might not even come in because now it says in the README file that you need to have it. So I don't know if this CD has it bundled with it, but it would be pretty cool actually, like if it had Windows 95 and 98 on the same CD, but I have a feeling that you're going to have to put in this CD, which actually contains the Windows 98 files. Now, I had a problem when I was actually burning this. It gave me an error when it was verifying the disk. That's what the program I use, IMG Burn, or Image Burn, however you want to say it, does that. And when it was verifying this CD, it actually spit out an error message. So this may actually not work. We're going to have to see if it does. But in any case, we're going to let the Windows 98 computer do its thing here, and hopefully, oh, we got some, oh, okay, well, it played a PC speaker beep sound, and now it is scanning the system, and you can press any key to invoke a custom load menu, which is sounds kind of cool. We're not going to do that because I have a feeling it might stop this scan of whatever scan that it's doing right now. So, oh, here we go, copying file. So maybe we don't even need this CD. I have no idea. Alright, so it looks like we might actually not need to use this other CD because this is telling us to remove the CD from the CD-ROM drive. It is important that there is no CD in the CD-ROM drive before continuing. So we will just eject that right now. And we will press F1 to restart the computer. And it says after rebooting, the program will immediately continue. So it looks like it will go through the standard Windows install. So this is actually much easier than I thought. I mean, I thought we're going to have to like swap between these two CDs, although I'm not going to jinx myself. We might still have to do that, but that still wouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world. So here we go. We're going to boot up. For some reason, it has command prompt only selected. It says warning Windows. Oh, it actually found an error message here, or it's actually displaying an error message here. Warning, Windows has detected a registry/configuration error. Choose command prompt only and run scan reg. See, just as things were looking like this was going to be a breeze, we already run into some problems here. So we're going to take my own advice and just ignore this for now, and just start Windows 98 normally to see if it wants to. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is where I thought we're going to have to use this other CD. So it comes up and now it says please insert the operating system CD in the CD-ROM drive. So we're going to now put that in. Now again, this is the one, as I was saying before, when my disk burning program tried to verify this disk, it actually displayed an error message. So this may actually not work, but we're going to see if it does anyway. So we're going to press F1. And now it says the installation of Windows is being prepared. Please wait. So let's see if this works. And while the installation of Windows is being prepared, I want to show you guys something else. He sent this in his email, and it's actually an archived website of the product page for this computer. I believe it's this computer. It's showing it as a Gateway Essential 433C on this website. This is a archived page from the official Gateway website. And it shows this computer or a machine that looks very similar to it. Now, I actually looked on the side to see if I could find like a product sticker or anything like that, and I couldn't find one. It might be on the bottom of the computer, it might be on the inside of this computer, but this very well could be the same model. And it's saying that it sold for $999 or as low as $27.75 per month for 48 months, in those classic monthly installments. And features, it's gonna, it lists all of the specs here. It's saying it's got an Intel Celeron 433 MHz. That sounds about right. I believe this has a 433 MHz processor. Looks like it's actually running ScanDisk now on the computer. But moving on, it's got 32 megs of RAM, expandable to 256 megabytes. The monitor that it comes with was a 15-inch color monitor. And, well, it looks like that Windows 98 is actually installing successfully here. It's actually, well, at least it's booted up into the setup program here for Windows 98. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's just a little fact sheet that he sent over. I could link that down below, so you guys can actually go ahead and check it out. It includes Microsoft Works Suite 2000, and man, there's so many things going on. So let me just take a break from that for a minute, because you may have been able to tell that on the computer, it actually was a bit automated there. It was kind of like the unattended boot CD. It actually went through and it set all of that up for us. It shows typical or custom, setup or whatever, and it went through and automatically put in all of that information. I don't know if it's going to ask me for a username or a product key. It might skip past that as well. Okay, so a couple of things happened. Number one, I just noticed that I wasn't zoomed in and kind of focused in on the monitor the entire time. The second thing that happened was I started recording this video and then didn't, or recording this part of the video and realized that my camera wasn't recording. So I basically have a couple minutes of completely unrecorded content except for the audio. And number three is that my suspicions were correct. This CD right here completely failed. It actually gave me an error message. And it said, I obviously don't have the video to show you guys, but it threw up an error message, and it said that it could not continue the setup because there was an error with, copying some files. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen, because that's the error that I got in Image Burn when I actually burned it. So I just decided, okay, I'll go ahead and burn a brand new CD. Well, I tried that, and guess what happened? Yep, it did the exact same thing. So I think there is something wrong with the image that I got from archive.org. I assume that there's something wrong with it. And just to read you the IMG burn log, it says there were some errors in sector. There were 35 errors. And there was a miscompare, meaning that the data that it burned to the CD, it wasn't able to verify it correctly. And the file it wasn't able to verify, it started at win98_62.cab. And it was actually towards the end of the setup. It was at like 80% or like 85% of copying files over. So that's where it failed. So yeah, we're just going to go through and basically restart this entire process. So we're going to put the restore CD back into the CD drive, and what I'm going to try to do, and I'm not really going to bother recording this because it's basically going to be the exact same process, but what I'm going to do is I am going to allow the system restore CD, we're going to boot from CD-ROM here, to format the hard drive and get everything prepped, and then when it reboots and asks for the Windows 98 CD, I'm going to put in this CD, which I know works and I know will be able to successfully install Windows 98. And that's what we're going to have to do. Now, yes, unfortunately, it's not going to be the slightly automated Gateway version here, although there wasn't really much special about it aside from the fact that it automatically went by that whole prompt there. It didn't ask me for my name or my product key, but I do have a product key literally on the side of this computer that I can use to you know, reactivate Windows 98 here. So that's what we're going to have to do. And then once we reinstall it, we will actually take a look at installing the driver software and some of those third-party programs. So I will be right back once something interesting happens. Alright, so we are back, and a couple of things that were kind of interesting happened. Number one, we obviously finished the installation, but something that I did not think was going to happen is it actually did the same setup routine as last time, even on this CD right here. It actually was automated. It didn't ask me for a product key or for my username. It didn't ask me for, you know, it pretty much was all automated. It automatically went through and set everything up for us. And yeah, so right now we're on the Add New Hardware wizard screen. It's trying to find hardware for a plug-and-play monitor, which is just the monitor that we have here. I don't think it's going to be able to find... Okay, so it found this driver. We'll just hit Next. And there we go. So we've installed the monitor driver. Now, obviously, we're going to reinstall all these drivers again once we actually boot into it using this CD. Yeah, this one right here. I've got like 4 different CDs on the desk here. But using this CD, I'm just going to throw this other one away because there's no point in keeping it if it's going to cause us some errors. But yeah, right now you can see we're updating system settings. We're just going to kind of let the system do that. And it should boot up to the yeah, here we go. So we're on the desktop. Yeah, so I don't think... Oh, wait, never mind. Wow, okay, I was totally off. So it looks like it actually came up with the Gateway Application Loader. And it looks like it is automatically doing all of this stuff. So this is actually really cool. I didn't even realize that... that it did this for us. Right now it's restarting the computer, and you probably saw that on that left side there in that column there was a lot of stuff that it was installing. At first it looked like it was installing some Windows 98 updates, and yeah, I think that that's pretty cool. So I don't know, I guess that it copied those files over from the Restore CD itself before that it began the Windows 98 installation. But yeah, so that's actually really, really cool that this entire process seems to be fairly automated, at least in the sense that, you know, it's once you actually get past, like, you know, tell it that you want to you know, delete the existing data that's on the hard drive and reinstall Windows, and, you know, during that first portion, once you kind of set all the options up there and restart it, it's pretty much automated from that point on, because you can see it's just doing all this stuff in the background. And it looks like it might have to restart the system multiple times. Yeah, so here it goes. It is restarting once again. But that is definitely very cool. I'm definitely very impressed. I thought that we were going to have to load, you know, put this CD back in the drive and go through that whole process, you know, like manually do everything, which I think we're going to have to do that for some of the drivers. So it's already installed Win98SE shutdown supplement, a USB hub update. Right now it's installing DirectX 7.0a, then it's going to install an Intel firmware hub device, then it's going to install Norton Antivirus 2000, an Intel chipset graphics, which might actually be the graphics driver, Acrobat Reader, quick answers, and then it's going to update Windows 98 settings. And just like the standard setup, it also has down there at the bottom and a approximate total time remaining. And right now it's at 19 minutes. So yeah, I'll just kind of let this do its thing here, and I will come back hopefully in 19 minutes or less. And we'll take a look at actually installing everything that is on the resource CD. And you can see that now it has actually successfully installed everything. I mean, check this out. We've got antivirus. Oh, it's actually not done yet. Oh, wait, I think it is. We're going to hit OK down here. And Norton Antivirus has come up, and it's letting us know that your virus protection is 7,191 days old. You may not be protected. Yeah, I think that's a bit of an understatement there, but we're not connected to the internet, so we're not going to bother running live update. But hey, check this out. We have the proper drivers now. I like just noticed that. We have the actual proper display drivers. So we finally did it. That is awesome. So it automatically installed that too. That is very cool. So it didn't even need us to try out the System Restore CD. I wonder if we even need the System Restore CD, because it might have installed everything from the System Restore CD already. But you see, we've got Norton Antivirus 2000. This is a 19-year-old version of Norton Antivirus. It's saying that it's more than that our virus definitions are way out of date. I wonder if this software still works. Like, I mean, I'm sure you can still scan for viruses, but I wonder if it still gets updates. We might have to try that, probably in a virtual machine, maybe, if you guys want to see that, because I don't have like at least a proper network setup for this at the moment, but I could possibly get that in the future. We will see. So yeah, we can run a scan if we want to. We have a semantic live update. So there you go, a super old, antiquated version of a live update as well. So that's pretty neat. We also have Adobe Acrobat Reader 4.0. So yeah, you can obviously purchase the full version of Adobe Acrobat if you want to, but you probably won't want to buy 4.0 because it's a super old piece of software. But we've got that. We've got this quick answers for your PC. I assume this is this is Gateway Quick Answers. And this, I assume, is just going to tell you how to use your PC, how to get connected to the internet, how to use the web and email, internet technical support. Oh, and check this out. Is my gateway ready for the year 2000? Oh my gosh, guys, Y2K, it's coming, guys. No. Many people are concerned about the ability of their computers to correctly process dates after January 1st, 2000. Gateway is committed to serving our clients' needs today and into the next century, and is offering support and information regarding the year 2000. This is probably going to take you to some old website. Yeah, so we're not connected to the internet. So that's kind of funny that that's in here. But yeah, so this is getting started, connecting is probably going to be, so this is all just like a bunch of help documentation basically, so it's going to tell you in detail how to do things like displaying file extensions. It gives you a step-by-step guide on how to do that. So that's pretty cool. We'll just close out of that, and let's see what else we got. So the user, I wonder what the username is. Let's just kind of find that out here. So it's registered to Valued Gateway Client, and it's got that nice OEM logo here, and it now actually says it just displays this properly. And this is nice because it makes the entire system feel more complete, because I've been using just a standard, retail install CD, and it doesn't come with any of this OEM info. So that's pretty cool. Under programs here, doesn't look like we have anything else. We have Norton Antivirus, Adobe Acrobat, and Quick Answers, all those programs here. But let's see if I'm gonna put the resource CD in and see if there's anything else on here that we don't already have. So yes, it actually looks like that the System Restoration CD has this is all of the same software that automatic thing already installed, and you can see there's even an option for automatic installation. And same thing for the hardware. The only thing that isn't installed is the optical mouse driver, but we don't have a Microsoft mouse. I just have like a standard HP mouse, which may use the same driver, but apparently the Gateway logo is wanting change up here, so that's interesting. But yeah, so the mouse driver I could probably install, but it wouldn't really serve any purpose because the one that I'm using right now, the generic driver, is perfectly fine. Web updates we obviously can't check for because and I guess when we can turn off this help thing because it's wanting to display a bunch of oh, this is what this thing does and this is what this thing does. So web updates we obviously can't do anything, and recover system is where it just asks you to restart the machine. To actually get this thing, like to boot from the CD and go through the whole process that we just went through. So that is nice. I was not expecting that either. I thought there was going to be a lot more to do on this CD here. There you have it. That is the System Restoration CD. So, I mean, there you have it, guys. That is finally restoring the $5 Windows 98 PC back to its factory state. It is wonderful to see it like this, with the proper display drivers finally. And I'm going to try to keep it like this for a while. Although I say that now, and watch in next week's video, we'll do something, installing like another Linux distro or another obscure OS on this. But at least I know how to actually get this thing properly back up and running with the correct display drivers. And I have to say, it definitely looks much better. And I want to, of course, give a huge thank you to you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below and turn on those channel notifications if you haven't already to get notified whenever that I upload a new video on this channel, which I do every single week. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video.